are you smiling about? Yesterday's date with Violet. Still like they're going my way lately. Dramamine. Yesterday's date with Violet still has me as giddy as a little kid. It's almost like there are perks to being on a killer dating show. Well, don't get too comfortable. You still get a few days left, and then it's back to the regular. I'm looking forward to that. I bet. Better sooner than later. You cost too much to keep around. Anyway, the $1,000,000 question. Who's today's lucky girl? That'd be... So tomorrow it's going to be either Tara or Allie. It's probably best if we go with Tara. But doesn't Tara need to crack the code? No, I already finished making the code break. It's trying every password as we speak. No guarantee it'll finish before we're done with both our dates, but it's worth a shot. Her code too. Thank you, Tara. Don't worry about it. Besides, I think it's better if we save your date for last. Why's that? I don't know, you're some super spy from some super secret organization. You definitely got bigger heist potential than I do. I don't know about that, but sounds good to me. Floor gang. I'll use the time to prepare some contingency plans. Scarlet, Violet, Yui, I'm gonna need you guys for this. I'm happy to provide assistance. You bet. I'll help however I can. Sweet, alright, right, Anti-Hawk. What's up? I didn't just build the codebreaker, I built a game that works with it too. What do you mean? She handed me her console. I switched it up real quick. Looks like a code-breaking game, but really, it works directly with the computer we found. If you get the password right in this game, we'll have access to the computer. Make sense? Amazing, I can't believe you whipped up something so fast. It wasn't hard. It was just a big middle finger to my mom who thought all my screen time was a waste of time. Anyway, I figure we can play this game here and there during our date. Try whatever passwords come to mind. Obviously not for the whole day because ratings and all, but as much as we can. Sounds like a plan. Sounds good to me, Tara. Wahahaha! I'm a genius, Anti-Hawk. She cackled maniacally. You are. Console-covered Cheeto dust! You mean Cheeto-covered console? Wait. Cheeto dust-covered console. There we go. God. I like to spend the day with Tara. Is that so? Well, we'll make it happen. Trying to spend all of it playing games, though. Believe it or not, that isn't what my viewers want in a prime time slot. No promises, but I'll try my best. It ain't much, but I'll take it. Sorry, Kat. That's pretty much what the plan. Hey, Anti-Hawk, you have to play some games? I'd love to, but Kat wants us to do some other... Games it is! Sweet! My Cheetos? More likely than you think, yeah. There's no stopping Tara when she puts her mind to something. We started playing together in the games room while making pleasant conversation. Normal enough to seem like a regular conversation, cryptic enough to disguise what we were trying to do. Even if Tara and I never went on crazy adventures like I did with Allie, it didn't make moments with her any less special. If I forget that we're trying to hack into someone's confidential database, this really is like a fun day at home with your partner. How about, Tara is the best? It's worth a shot? Nope, doesn't work. The nerve of them. Tara rules? That's a miss. Was the T capitalized? Maybe you had a 0, 1, 2, 3 at the end of it. Thank goodness we have the codebreaker thing running in the background. Time to switch gears. Let's give Kat some footage to work with to keep us alive. Chester Cheetah. Hold on a second. Okay. Well, you haven't been looking hard enough because holy fuck! I've never regretted an action more in my life. God, ain't that? Why the sun? Could go on without me. The Lord didn't want to find me. Okay, maybe this wasn't the best idea. Some way or another, we always end up back inside the mansion, huh? And there's nothing wrong with that. I guess you're right. Up for a few more rounds of that game we just played? Sure. How about Damien Black Sucks? Nope, doesn't work. Cat Black Sucks? Not that either. How about Anti-Hawk? Oh, come on, now you're just guessing. Like I wasn't before. Well, I'll try it. Ding ding. Two of us looked at each other like deer in the headlights. What? We cheered as if our favorite team had just won at a sporting event. Wait a minute, why would the password be your name? That doesn't make any sense. My guess is as good as yours. Maybe we'll find out tonight. I hope so. Well, I think I've had enough games for today. I never thought I'd hear you say that, Tara. Speedrun wrath. I'm full of surprises. We can spread the good news after. How about we try something new today? Something outside? Sounds like a plan to me. A Chuck E. Cheese mouse? No! His name is Charles E. Cheese, is his full God-given name. Awesome, let's go. We ended up going back inside after a minute later, but the rest of the day with Tara was still a lot of fun. And we're in. Password prompt closed with a satisfying ding ding. Whoa, there's a lot of stuff in here. Why would there be a folder called homework? Oh, it's definitely important. Well, it's definitely a porn folder name. Tara's about to open it until Allie intervened. Do you mind if I take a look? I forgot why we're here for a second. Sure. Let's see. Allie started going through folders, databases, reports, anything that could be useful. TikTok. No Twitter to TikTok. God. So Tara started downloading all the files to her console. Doesn't look like there's anything in here about my name, about why my name was the password. All the rest of us could do was give Allie and Tara the space they needed. It seems like they're only it's only going to be up from here, team. I was worried for Allie, especially if we couldn't get into the computer, but it looks like we got it after all. It's too soon to say anything, but I do hope you're right. Let's not jinx it. So what's the first thing you're going to do when you're out of here? I thought we weren't going to jinx it. I'm going to go straight back to helping people, the way I know best. Nothing's changed in that regard. That's a lovely aspiration. Do me a favor, make sure your inventions don't get used on yourself again, okay? God, yeah. The TED Talk. Yeah, Kia posted that one. But yeah, I don't know why, like 3 minutes is enough for what the thing is. Oh, here. It's like I was trying to. I admire how you can be so sure. I decided I might have to leave this place. I'm not quite sure what I'll be doing after. That's totally okay, Violet. That's part of the fun of life, just figuring it out as you go. I suppose so. Violet looked at me and smiled. That's pretty much my plan at this point, too. That's pretty much my plan at this point, too. Guess who's back, bitches? What Tara wants to say is, we did it. I got everything I need to help turn the tide of the war, and I know where my family is, and they're alive. I'd never seen Allie so happy. She jumped towards me and hugged me. Oof! That's fantastic. Such a relief. I'm so happy for you, Allie. Good job, Tara. You cracked the code. Now, not all at once now. I couldn't have done it without you guys. Thank you so much. We didn't have to wait for to leave. We didn't have to wait this long to leave, but you guys did it for me and my family. I can't ever thank you enough. She pulled out the master key from her back pocket and swirled it around in her right hand. You guys ready to get out of here? Actually, I was thinking of staying here for the rest of my life. Not having internet is the best thing ever. I couldn't agree more. Let's get out of here. After you, Allie. We followed Allie out of the mansion, through the forest into the hangar. Oh, I did not see this. Granted, I don't go outside. I don't blame you, it's pretty out of the way. Not that we have to worry about it now. Allie put out the master key and swirled it around in her right hand. She walked to the door of the hangar and put the key into its lock. She tried to turn it, but it didn't work. She tried a few more times, but the lock refused to budge. I don't understand. I've seen Cat use this key everywhere, including here. They must have changed the locks. Does this mean we're stuck here? I don't... It's very rare that Allie tripped over her words. It hurt to see her so defeated. I don't know. As an uncomfortable silence fell over us. Am I going to die here? Are all of us? No, we're not out of this just yet. I refuse to give up again. But we can't get into the hangar. There's no way to break in without triggering the alarms. Or triggering the alarms. For now, yes. Beginning and later is a different story. If I remember correctly, whoever you went on a date with your third date, Annie, you would fly a plane together. Whenever you went on a third date with Auntie Hawk, you would fly a plane together. Well, I'm assuming the plane is you two. Assuming the plane was you two. It's just like you to try something crazy and drag in Auntie Hawk. I can't refute that. That was definitely us. How we never died on those plane rides, I'll never know. That means the staff don't mind you if you take the plane during the date, which means we'd be able to ask for the key temporarily. We'd still be able to get to the plane, it just has to be during tomorrow's date. There'd be way more staff around than usual, but we'd still have a chance. Exactly. The rest of us can be relatively close by, perhaps at the beach to avoid suspicion. Then, when you get to the plane, we run over, you pick us up, and we are out of here. This could work. It's better than how my plan turned out anyway. I was worried for a second there, but it was for nothing. We've got this. We'd be in a tight spot without you. It's a team effort. Without each of us here, we would be stuck here with no chance of escape, I'm sure. Speak for yourself. I'm sure I could get myself out on my own. You would shut down the second you reach the beach, Tara. Second thought, maybe teamwork makes the dream work. Leave, let them die. We laughed together. The mood was infinitely better than it was just a few moments ago. We spent the rest of the night talking through the details of the plan, including what we do if the unexpected happened. One thing was for sure, though, we weren't giving up on getting out of here. It all ends tomorrow. Okay. What do you know, Antioch? You actually made it to the last one-on-one date. How you feeling? Pretty good. Honestly, pretty good. I'm excited to see how a day with Allie will be. Save, I guess. Oh, I've got a real surprise in store. She has all the crew. She has all of us in the crew working extra hard to prepare a special day for you. And by all of us in the crew, I mean the Brothers 5. How about you go find her? Spend some time together while we set things up for you. Sounds like a plan, Kat. Let's see. Oh, looks like she's by the beach. Guess that's where I'm headed. Don't do anything we can't air. Murder is okay, but God forbid someone takes their top off. I waved to Kat as I went on my way. Still maidenless. Just as Kat said, Allie was by the beach. She was looking out at the ocean. Morning, Allie. Auntie Hawk, it's always nice to see you. God, yeah. The difference between Allie's voice during the day and night was like day and night. I guess we could. We do have to worry about the cameras, but it still takes some getting used to. I know it's going to be tough to top your previous dates with all the other girls, but I think I have a good shot. I'm looking forward to it, Allie. You better be. We've been saving the best for last. She reached for my hand. Walk with me? I reached for her outstretched hand. It'd be my pleasure. Two of us walked around the beach for a while, getting to know each other, quote unquote. So what will you be doing when the show's over? First thing I'm going to do is say hey to my family again and make them a nice dinner. I'm sure they've gotten sick with worry in the weeks since I've been gone. I wonder what they were thinking now. It's been at least 2 years since then. Kat was right. Sometimes not remembering is a blessing. Allie doesn't have that luxury. Anyway, I got a surprise for you. Come on. She pulled me along the hand into the forest. I have to say, Allie's really impressed me. I'm reading! Of course, it was her deliberate plan to come into the forest and get to the hangar, but she made it seem so spontaneous. You're going to love it. I saw it the same moment she did. It was all we could do. Was stand and watch. No. She staggered and almost fell. And who could blame her? Yeah, it's on fire. The hangar was engulfed in roaring flames. The heat was incredible. There was no way either of us could take another step towards the hangar without being burned alive. The stench of burning oil assaulted me without mercy. We were at a loss for words. And in front of all those flames was her, walking away from the flames. Somehow, I just know it was her. Sorry, Allie, Auntie Hawk. There's been a small change of plans. I'm sure you can tell, but we've hit a few snacks at the hangar. How about you two spend your day on the ground instead? I want to scream. I want to attack her with every bone in my body. Oh, this is the choice that changes everything. I'll save here. As soon as I took one step towards her, I could feel a hand pulling me back. Ah, the choice that isn't a choice. It's Allie. One leg for her says everything. You can't do this. And she's right. I can't afford to put everyone in danger. To hold myself back from giving away that this plane meant to me, I took all the strength I've had. I need to calm down. Cat might be able to read my face and see that... Sounds fine to me, Cat. I'm just glad you're safe. What happened? We're still looking into it. Well, either way, there's nothing we can do about that. How about we go somewhere else, Auntie Hawk? She reached for my hand and held it tight. How could she smile like this at me? Of course, Allie. For the rest of the day, Allie and I put on a performance of a lifetime. Though our faces were all smiles and laughter, we knew, now more than ever, that we were trapped in Cat's macabre puppet show. And Cat loved to make us dance. She must have known we were trying to escape, but how? Did we make a mistake? Did Four give us away? Should we have never trusted him in the first place? Who can I trust now? Time is ticking and the end of the show looms closer and closer. It's time I'm supposed to meet with the group, but what do we even do? There's no way we can escape. Our last chance died with the hanger. No. I want this over. It's an okay game, but it's just, I want it done. I'm finishing it tonight one way or the other. Just make a break for it? No, I'd never make it. And the others would suffer from my mistake. What do I do? You don't look so good, Auntie Hawk. What do you want? What do you want, Cat? I'm not in a great mood right now. Can we talk later? You're not much for acting, are you, Auntie Hawk? Look, I already know about you and your plan to escape. My blood ran cold. You know, take the plane, fly away from here. It wasn't too hard to figure out. I tried to say something in my defense, but my voice wouldn't come out. It was all I could do to stand wide-eyed. I know you and the others found the lab, got your memories back. Well, at least the others did. I know that every night you'll work together to try and find a way out. I mean, of course I'd know. I'm the reason why you got this far. What do you mean? Just follow me. You'll save all of us time. We walked to the locked room near the games room. She took out her master key and spanned it around. You never really thought a bunny could take a key from me, right? Honestly, I don't know what to believe anymore. She opened the door. The others were inside, looking as surprised as I was. Give me a good reason why I shouldn't kill you right now, Cat. How about two? First, your inside man was never Four. It was me. I mean, come on. He wouldn't be smart enough for something like this. Second, you only ever have a chance to escape this island because of me. Newsflash, Allie. Those tanks never just bug out. You're the one who let me out of my tank. The one and only. Allie was at a loss for words, and I was no different. So what do you want, Cat? Honestly, the same thing as you guys. I want off this crazy train. I want out. I want you guys to include me in your little escape plan. Yeah? What? Did I have something on my face? As hard as it is to believe, the list of people who want to stay on this island is pretty short. Hell no, we can't trust you. I'm not sure how, but I remember I tried to escape with you before. I trusted you. I even fell for you. Even 5 girls isn't enough. Unbelievable. And then you betrayed me and shot me. There's no way we could ever trust you. You're going to stab us in the back. Is that true, Cat? I'm ashamed to say it is. But I didn't have a choice. You know how it is with Damien. It doesn't matter if you share the same blood. He'll take the people you love hostage and use them to force you to dance to his tune. I'm sorry I betrayed you, Auntie Hawk. I really am. But if I had to do it again, I'd do it again in a heartbeat, because there was someone I needed to save. I know I must look like the villain to you, but believe me, I have people I care about too. You're so compassionate. How can we burn up our only way out of here? Oh, okay. Yeah, we're gonna find out, Harmony. Kill her now. You're lucky I did, Auntie Hawk. If you'd actually flown yesterday planned, you'd all be in the bottom of the ocean right now. What do you mean? It's a cruel trick of Damien's. You know there's a chance that people on the show could recover their memories and try to escape. So you made us build a hangar on the plane. It's the one place anyone trying to escape would go. Exactly. I've told you in the past, Allie, never fly that plane or take the boat out of sight of this island. If you did, you'd have blown up like fireworks. That Allie and I were in that plane, which was little more than a flying death trap, sent a chill down my spine. Look, the simple reality is you need me to escape. Without me, you won't even make it past the barrier. What barrier? Exactly. And though I hate it, I need you guys to help me and us escape this. Escape. She reached her hand towards me for a handshake. Allies? Let's discuss first. Kat leaned against the wall while the rest of us debated what to do. Can we really trust her? This might be another trap. It's not like it'd be the first. It's not like it'd be the first by her for you to fall in. Nah. The typos. Antioch. You're right. There aren't many, but the ones that are there just totally trip me up. That said, it's not like we have much to lose at this point. Even if she'd done terrible things to us in the past, we still need her to escape. You alright, Allie? I'm fine. I'm just angry at myself. Hey, don't beat yourself up about it. We're still alive. That's what counts. She's right, you know. I'm not sure how I'm feeling about right now either, but we're alive. That counts for something. You're right, Auntie Hawk. As much as I hate to say it, I think we'll need Kat's help, trustworthy or not, if we want to stay that way. Okay, we have to trust her. We have to trust her. Sure. I'll be keeping an eye on her, though. We can't afford to blindly trust anyone who says they can help us. Alright, Kat. If you want our help, we're going to need you to answer a few questions. Ask away. What the hell is this sick show for? Why have you been forcing us to repeat it over and over? As someone from the Resistance, it should be obvious to you. It's just one of hundreds of killing shows we air. Shows that keep people scared and keep people from organizing against the government. You want to paralyze people with fear? You broadcast exactly what will happen to you if you rise up. You're monsters, you know that? I don't disagree with you, but we're not in charge here. Some of us still have family to lose, Allie. Continue. Before we air each show, we test them internally on test audiences and see what kind of ratings they bring for the fortunate and what kind of despair they bring for the less fortunate. If they tested well enough, we'd air it, but it wasn't efficient. But if you could just film a killing show over and over again to see which version of it rated best, you can't bring people back from the dead. It was the same for the test audiences. We couldn't just make them watch multiple versions of a show, as they remember previous versions that would influence their opinions. There's no way to test multiple versions of a show without losing the feeling that lives are really in danger. But the theory rewriter would have changed that. It did. We were able to reuse everybody. Our volunteer actors, the test audiences. Since we could just make people forget what happened, we could film run after run of the show, where each as if it were the first time to all of you. That's exactly what we've been doing here for the last 2 years. It was a lot to hear. I had a feeling, but to know what people looked at us like we were nothing but lab rats, while I genuinely was afraid for my life, it's sickening. We were silent for a while. We've been testing the show for that long. When's the real thing? There is no real thing. It's only a version tests the best. That said, there's only so much time Damien is willing to spend on the show, and that time is almost up. How is taking 2 years to do this like more efficient than the previous? It's the last run of the show. If you don't escape before the end, you're all as good as dead. I know Damien and I said we'd let you and your chosen partner go if you achieve good enough ratings, but it's a lie, isn't it? Yeah. I'm sorry I waited this long to tell you guys, to try to help you guys. I was too scared to risk it all, but I have nothing left to lose now. Team Fortress. She extended her hand to me for some handshake. I thought Team Fortress 2. I would never have thought Titanfall. Titanfall is just Titanfall. I don't gotta make this one. Give me for a handshake. Allies, at least we're out of here? I don't really have a choice this time either. Huh. If you wanted to, you could report us right now. That's true, and my word would count for more than all of yours. But that wouldn't save the person I need to. Like it or not, we have to work together. Then it's a deal. Allie shook Kat's hand. Kat, are you sure you don't want to? I'm fine, Scarlet. It's not important anymore, and we don't have any time to waste. If you say so. Anyway, the only time we can escape is the last day of the show, between midnight and just before the sun goes up. That's when the boat comes to welcome the newly engaged couple and the only way off this island alive. It also doubles as a supply ship. We'll use it to replenish between each run of the show. We use it. There's no other planes on the island? Are there no other planes on the island? A boat would be far slower. Unfortunately, it's not so easy. There's a protective shell around the island which performs 2 functions. First, it renders us invisible to satellite. It's the reason why your people couldn't find us out. This is exposition of the game, seriously. Second, if anything bigger than a human being tries to get in or outside the barrier, it gets fried, unless it's emitting a compatible IFS signal. The only way off the island is that we have to signal that we'll have that signal as a boat. Betting it'll be heavily guarded. Well, yes, but not from people on it. The ship itself was run by a skeleton crew. There's a staff on the island we have to watch out for. That still leaves the question of how we'll deal with them. I'll take a submarine. Well, no, this... I'll say my opinions at the end. I've played many, many visual novels over the years, and this one is very wordy to the point of unnecessarily wordy. There's exposition, then there's just nothing but exposition. You know what I mean? There's revealing the hook and the twist, but there's substance. I don't know. I personally do not like this so much. I mean, it's okay for a visual novel. It's got great art. I like the art. Yeah, anyway. That's why I checked. There's hundreds of them, not even 10 of us. Actually, it might not be so hard after all. I've got a plan that just might work. I have to admit, it's a little crazy. I like the sound of that, and we won't hear anything about this plan until it actually happens. If all zombies again, I'm out. Yui explained her plan to us with a renewed confidence that could inspire anyone to believe. Luckily, we still have tomorrow, so we just have the amount of time we need. And this might work, Yui. You're a mad genius. It's crazier than anything I'd imagine, and crazy enough to work. 999 is one of those interesting kind of mixes. It's... I don't know how to qualify it. It's a visual novel with adventure elements, or it's an adventure game with visual novel elements. It's about like 50-50 split, honestly. Let's get to work. Wait, were you even listening to the same plan? The others went their separate ways to help prepare for Violet's plan. The cat stayed. Our business wasn't finished just yet. What's up? What's your game? I want to trust you, Cat. I really do. But you're up to something, aren't you? Just like every other time I trusted you. I can't blame you for feeling that way. And I can't take back what I've done. The only thing I can say to try to make you trust me is that we both have people we care about, Anti-Hawk. And that if you don't escape, then the person I care about will go down with you. I'm not asking for you to put your neck out for me. You'll never have to. I'm asking for you to help somebody that you never met and you never will. Somebody innocent. Strange. This woman has put me through hell, treated me like a lab rat and more, and yet, somehow, I think she's telling the truth. It's our kid, isn't it? Honestly, it doesn't really matter if you do trust me. You'll see me tomorrow that I'm going along with Violet's plan either way. I'll trust you, Cat. I'm sorry for yelling at you earlier. Don't be. I literally shot you. I think that earns you the right to be a little angry and more, no? Well, I've gotten to know you over these past years. Escape the room. There you go. Not for more than a couple of weeks straight, but I got to know you. And I think you're rude and manipulative and have no problem lying to my face. Hey, can we skip the part where you compliment me? Skip to the part. You're also incredibly crass. You keep secrets from everybody, and you finished. But I don't think you're a bad person. Every time the show ran, you always talked to me to make me feel like I wasn't alone. And you made sure I never lost hope. I know that was never part of the job. You didn't have to do that. Yeah, you did it over and over. It must have been tiring to do that over and over, full well knowing that we were doomed. I don't know why you're doing all this, but I believe that you do care about helping people. I'm flattered, Anti-Hawk. But you got me wrong. What do you mean? Everything I've done for you, the others, it's been for my own selfish reasons. It just happens to line up nicely. Though I appreciate the compliment. Unlike before, I couldn't tell if she was telling the truth. We went our separate ways shortly after. I spent the rest of the night helping the others with preparing for the plan. I was exhausted when I went back to my room, but I still couldn't fall asleep for several hours. It's as if something was on the tip of my tongue, but I just barely can't grasp it. Yet somehow, I know I'm closer than I've ever been. Kat was true to her word. Instead of having another date on the 6th day of the show, she planned a huge party for the staff instead. A thank you all for your hard work party. As soon as she told her staff that Violet would be cooking for the event, all of them dropped everything and helped prepare for it. Army. While the staff prepared the party grounds during the day, each of us were hard at work, making sure other parts of it went well. Violet cooked mountains of food as if her life depended on it. In truth, it did. Yui was playing games with the staff outside. It didn't take long for her to become a fast favorite for them. I'm pretty sure half the staff were playing the games just so they could get her to notice them. And she knew it. I have to admit, I'm really impressed by Yui. Her plan was really coming together. What was Violet's plan? Tara and Scarlet joined forces to make sure all the staff joined the festivities. Tara used Cat's producer room to find any stragglers who hadn't joined the festivities. As Tara found them one by one, Scarlet turned on the charm and made sure that they came with her to the party. And then it was time for Scarlet to switch to her other mission. Allie took over, though I'm sure she employed more force than charm. Meanwhile, I ran around like a chicken with his head cut off, trying to make sure every part of our plan was going smoothly. And for once, it did. I know, 999 is one of my favorite games ever. And so is The Longest Journey, which is not an escape room game, but it's an adventure game. A few hours later, we'd had a Restef member on the island partying their lights out. Everybody's here? You bet. You should have seen the ones who tried to run. I made sure everyone who came stayed, too. Perfect. Everybody's eaten? As they should have. It's fine food. Looks like it's all going according to plan. I was going to go ahead and get to the fun part. Sarah pulled out a remote from her pocket and pressed a button on it. A few seconds later, fireworks were shooting into the night sky above the party grounds. The cheers of the staff were like thunder. And with that, the plan is going smoothly as can be. Great job, team. We all owe you one, Yui. Right back at you, Allie. We cheered as firework after firework lit up the night sky. The MC was either talking about... Oh god, what the hell is cross-channel? Never even heard of that. Haha, Kia! Sarah clicking the same area 10 times. Whoa, are fireworks supposed to be this bright? I think those fireworks were practically blinding. I have to say, I did a pretty good job with these fireworks. Though there might be some side effects to watching them from so close. Let's worry about that later. The fireworks were the signal to those trying to escape that there was nothing left to do except wait. It's going to be a long night, but everyone was here. I know what we said before, but it'd be such a shame to spend tonight over just worrying over what may happen tomorrow. We might live, we might die, same as any other day. How about instead we just dance the night away? You know what? That sounds great. That sounds lovely. Let's do it. Come on, let's dance like there's no tomorrow. Yuck. Don't be like that, Tara. It'd be good for us to blow some steam. Oh god. Just, you died over and over again. You are maidenless. You died. Oh, look, you're still maidenless. It sounds like exercise and exercise. Allie picked up Tara over her shoulder. And away we go! Come on, come on! Scarlet grabbed my hand and pulled me with her to where people were dancing. The others followed close behind. For your face the entire time! They sure are carefree, huh? I can't do it. Some things never change. Maybe we'll get out of here tomorrow. Maybe we won't. I hope we do, though. I like to think that one day we'll look back and remember this day. It was the most fun night I've ever had. One of the nights that I can remember, out of the nights I can remember. We lived like there was no tomorrow. And now, we'll find out if there is a tomorrow for us. I literally played it yesterday. Or not yesterday, but 2 days ago. I hope she remembers. Or they remember. But I wouldn't blame them if they forgot it, because it's very forgettable. You just see another plot twist coming? Waited in the darkness for hours, waiting for the boat to come. The plan was simple, yet had no room for error. First, we need to make sure that the boat really is coming. It's later than usual. You think they're onto us? No. It'll just be a little longer. It's cold. There's no point in worrying at this point. If they're onto us now, we're already dead. All we can do is wait. Right now. Things are too nice. We waited for an hour more, then another, then another. We were losing hope. I guess we're... It's here! Cat pointed towards the ocean. We all looked in unison. Just as she said, the boat was coming. It looked huge, despite how far it was. It must be massive from up close. Alright, there's only going to be a few minutes before it reaches the shore. Let's book it back to the mansion. Second, we need to get back to the mansion before the boat reaches the shore. From what Kat told us, the staff will physically inspect the mansion and make sure we're there. We can't rely on overriding the feeds. If we're not there, they'll sound the alarm, and our chance of escaping will go from slim to nil. According to Kat, that's how I got caught last time. We made it back to the mansion and rushed to our respective rooms. I turned off the light and jumped into the bed, pretending to be asleep. A few minutes later, I heard the sound of somebody opening a door. It must be them. There was a mechanical rhythm to it. Footsteps, a door would open. More footsteps, a short pause, footsteps again, a door would close, repeat. Over and over, closer and closer, till they got to my room. I tried my best to make my breathing sound natural. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in. Footsteps, a few seconds later, my door opens. I can tell it's probably about 5 people. Breathe in, they're walking closer to me. Breathe out. I can tell 2 of them are in front of me. They're muttering something somewhere under their breath. You have to pity her. Come on, she could do better. Rude. Breathe in. Hey, something's wrong. Feels like my heart stopped. Breathe out. They're moving closer to me, step by step. What's that? Breathe in. I think. It takes everything I have not to move. When every nerve in my body screams to run. This is it. They're onto me. I can't help but ball up my fist in my hand. Never mind. We're done for the night. Let's head out. Sounds good to me. I heard them walk further away from me, then outside the room. Finally, they closed the door. I breathed out like never before. On to the next part of the plan. We regrouped downstairs. That wasn't so difficult, was it? I'm taking candy from a baby. Oh wait, where's Tara? I'll go check on her. As if on cue, Tara came running down the stairs. I'm good, don't worry about it. I definitely didn't fall asleep just now. I didn't buy it, and the rest of us didn't either. Alright, back to the problem at hand. We may have avoided detection for now, but now there's going to be upwards of 100 guards on patrol between here and the boat. There's little to no chance we can all make it there without being seen, but it's a chance we'll have to take. Actually, we have just the thing for that. Courtesy of Scarlet and I. What's that? Well, we went through all the trouble preparing such a big party for all the staff. It'd be a shame if we didn't give them a little extra to chew on, no? Actually, chew on, no. Oh, Jesus. You didn't. Oh, she did. It was like an absurd scene from an art house movie gone mad. Brains! Bananas! Brains and bananas! Brains accounting should have grrr. Hundreds of zombies littered the field. You know, I can't believe we ever let you make shit, Scarlet. You better be glad that you did. Now that I think about it, couldn't we just have put a sleeping engine or something like that in? Where's the fun in that? Banana brains. Falcon. Well, we still have to get past them to get on the boat, right? Don't worry about it. I've got a fair share of experience of taking down zombies. Something about that rubs me the wrong way. Don't worry about it. Let's be on our way. We managed to sneak out of the mansion without much of a fuss. As soon as we got into the forest, it was smooth sailing. There were just a few zombies in there. To be honest, how much Scarlet enjoyed herself taking them down was more concerning. I'll worry about that when we get off this island. For now, I'll focus on getting out of here. A few moments later, we made it to the beach. The boat was clear in sight. Wow, it's huge. Let's not waste any time. We rushed into the ship and ran straight for the captain's deck. You guys wait here. It's practically guaranteed that the engine's been tampered with, and I need to fix it. If I know my father, he'll do it just the way it was last time. You know, Antioch, come with me just in case. Maybe that's where the crew members are. Lead the way. Curse your sudden yet inevitable betrayal. It's pitch black inside. Cat had to shine a light to see anything. Strange. Where are they? Well, so look a gift horse in the mouth. Found it. Tracked over to my dad, outsourcing everything to the grunts. This is child's play to me now. Cat got to work fixing the engine. Watch my back. We still don't know if we're in the clear, and this is going to take a minute. Got it. I turned around and kept a lookout. It was almost impossible to see anything, though. Since when were you a mechanic? Honestly, since my first failed escape. I had to teach myself. There isn't exactly a trade school on this island. If I hadn't, I'd never be able to help anybody else escape this island. I'm sorry, I didn't trust you before, Cat. I get it now. Well, you did what you had to do. Keep talking like that and you'll raise a death flag for the both of us. Jeez. We can talk more later, if you'd like. In the meantime, this boat is fixed. Nice. Let's tell the others to get the hell out of here. We ran back to the others and told them the good news. At the same time, Cat revved up the engine of the boat. We were good to go. We literally jumped for joy as the boat started to move. Gosh, I can't believe it. We're really doing this. Finally getting out of here. It's hard to believe it, but it is true. We did it. No, you don't have to thank me at once. We really did it. Thank you, Cat. You really saved us. You did. We wouldn't be able to get to this point if it weren't for you. There's no need to thank me. I actually should apologize that I didn't do any of this sooner. The intercom rang out. Cat turned white as a sheet when we heard a voice that was all too familiar. No. Damn it. Damien. Ding, ding, ding. I guess you learned at least something in school, Cat. Not enough, clearly, but hey, it's something. That's gotta win a participation ribbon somewhere. You knew what I was planning. Of course I did, dearie. I made you. I know exactly how you think. I'd have to thank you. Your mother would be proud at the show you've given us these last 2 years. What? Oh, sorry. Did I forget to tell you? While you were all busy filming Auntie Hawk and those other bitches, my team were filming your brave attempts to save these idiots. Gives the audience a little more reason for why they should stay in line, you know? After all, if I do this to my own daughter, imagine what I'd do to someone who wasn't. You're a monster. Flattery will get you nowhere, Kit Kat. What does it matter now? Do whatever the hell you want. We're getting out of here. We fixed the boat and there's nothing you can do to stop us now. We're getting out of here. Saying garbage like that is like playing with fire, love. The earth started to shake, and even though we were on the boat, I could tell the island was rumbling. In the distance, a metal barrier slowly rose out of the ocean all around the island. It climbed higher and higher until it cast a shadow over the boat. Higher and higher until the only daylight we could see was just from a circle above us. We were trapped. Now, how about we play a game, little rats? Damien spoke down to us from some kind of holographic screen on the walls. He gestured to some kind of machine behind him in what looked like a strange kind of stadium. I got myself a little switch here that controls the barrier. One push of this and you'd be free to go. It'd be easy for you to waltz in and flip it. You'd gotten rid of all security. The switch is only going to work if you have 2 people's handprints on a producer-level clearance. Sure, you've got Cat, but you'll never be able to get mine. He pulled out the same gun I've been shot with before. Though don't let that stop you from trying. The hologram disappeared with a click, leaving us in an uneasy silence. Our hands were tied. We have no choice but to go back. Hello, he's got a gun. He took us all down before we even got a chance to grab him. We've got no choice, though. If we wait here, it's only a matter of time before we can send people after us. They can send people. I guess we have to head back to the beach. Let's turn around. We've got an ass to kick. Crash the barriers, drown yourselves. No, it's exactly what Damien wants you to do. The turning around part of the ass kicking. I'll leave that to your imagination. Damien has a script he wants to see play out. People try to revolt, fail, and get killed. I guarantee you, if we do just that, he has a plan for it. We'll find some kind of way to turn us against each other, and then none of us will make it out of here alive. Even so, we can't just stay here and wait until we're out of time. Auntie Hawk and I will go flip the switch. Besides, we're the only 2 people here who can do anything about it. What do you mean by that? I thought only you and Damien... I'll explain it the way. There's no time. Auntie Hawk, are you ready to run? Oh god, we're the other producer or whatever. I won't allow it. There's no way we're letting Auntie Hawk go back there without us. You said it, sister. I'm not letting you all lose your one chance of getting out of here. Scarlet, please. You know exactly what Damien is capable of. I don't like this, Cat. I know. Let them go. Believe me, I hate this. I hate this to my core, but Cat's right. Cat didn't waste a moment. She reached for my hand. Before I knew what I was doing, we ran off the boat together and back to the mansion as fast as we could. I was running on pure instinct, like my body had done this before, countless times. I looked back to the boat just once, but I couldn't help but linger for a moment. I could tell from their faces they wanted to be running with me, not waiting for us to come back. I'm going to make Damien pay for making them suffer like this. We went back to running. I followed Cat's lead. It's earlier than I planned, but there's no time like the present for exposition about your... What did I say? It'd be good to know why I'm running with you. Why would I happen to be resistant to bullets? We'll find out if you are together. Though if you look at your history, I'd say no. Yeah, so by the time you shot me, I'm pretty resistant. Touché. Before you came out of the show, you were a producer, just like me. We used to work together. We were partners. In more ways than one, though. That was forever ago. Well, it was a joke, BG. There are different ways of showing this kind of stuff, and I don't know. In my personal opinion, this visual novel falls really flat on how it does it. Living and working on this island was the only life I'd ever known. Sounds awful, but I didn't have any problem with running these shows. There was nothing different to compare them with. But then I met you. I've got no idea what would bring someone like you to this island, but meeting you changed me. She smiled like I'd never seen before. You made me see that there was a world out there that was beautiful. You made me hope that I could be a part of that world one day. And the age seems to be cheap, good lord. And you helped me realize that we needed to shut this place down if we wanted there to be a world out there at all. Wait, there's an H version of this game? Suddenly, my opinion changes. For years, we worked together to free as many people as we could from this death trap shows. Okay. We shipped them out to safety, faked their deaths, everything. We did it just that for a time. Then Damien started to suspect something was up. Every day, he got closer and closer to figuring it out until I knew we couldn't stay any longer. But then it was too late by then. Damien caught us. You mean you betrayed me? I don't remember much, but I remember you and we were together. And then you sold me out, right? When we were trying to escape? Why? It's like I said before, I didn't have a choice, and I still don't. I know you have no reason to trust me anymore, and I don't expect you would. We need each other's help to get off this island now. Well, tell us over so we can activate the switch if we work together. We don't even have to take Damien down, though I doubt he'd let us use it that easily. Can you trust me enough for that? Oh god. Honestly, I don't know. A part of me wants to trust Kat, the same part that unconsciously remembers that I did for years and years. But how can I forget that betrayal, even if she had her reasons? Sure. I'll keep an eye on her. When we got back to the mansion, Kat made a beeline for the lab. I ran with her as fast as I could. Hi, Marion. Our footsteps in the winding metal staircase echoed like a thundering drum. I'm ready to see the real reason why the show is on silent. Kat took out her master key and slid into a hidden socket in the wall behind one of the tanks. Click. Don't say I didn't warn you. Same wall split into two doors, slowly revealing another hidden staircase. You think you guys could get an elevator instead? I said the same thing. As soon as I took one step down the staircase, I could tell something was different. Something's telling me that I shouldn't go down there. Come on, we have no time to waste. I've got nothing to lose. With each step down, it grew darker and darker. Eventually, I couldn't even see my hand in front of my face. Then, light. Blinding light, and... applause? Welcome, welcome! You finally made it! Damien's face was plastered over countless screens in a stadium that could fill tens of thousands of people. Countless cameras littered the seats, all focused on the center stage, a battleground sprawling like maze with maze-like walls of all shapes and sizes and littered with guns. Thanks to the walls, we couldn't see Damien directly, but we knew he was here from the screens. We wouldn't have a show with you idiots, but so I'm glad you actually came back. Oh man, you couldn't even bring back the others? You're no fun. It's really gotta make me work, huh? Anyway, congrats on making it this far, etc., etc. I gotta say, I'm proud of you for making it here, daughter of mine. I personally remembered your old haunt from just a few seconds of video. No thanks to you, you dirtbag. No way to thank someone who gives you your room and board. You give Auntie Hawk a way nicer room than I ever got. Blame your mom for that one, kid. Anyway, how about you be a dear and explain the game we've got going on here? Clones. The switch we're looking for is somewhere here. The problem is, so is Damien, and he's got a gun. And more ammunition than he needs to kill both of us. What about the weapons on the ground? Maybe there's something we can use to level the playing field. It's all we can do, but the odds aren't in our favor. Most of the weapons lying around are useless. They're meant to make people lose hope that they could fight back. Most of it is better than all of them, at least. Most is better than all. Well, yes and no. There's no hope to lose if they knew all of them were fake. That's Damien's MO. He'll give people trapped in his shows just enough hope for escape, and then he'll use that to trap you. Real guns among the face. Boats and planes when you're trapped on an island. If you're going to make it through this, you can't fall for his game. Understand? Loud and clear. Let's go. There's no time to waste. We ran from wall to wall, taking cover between each time. Whenever we had the chance, we'd pick up what looked like a gun and see if it was real. We had only seconds to check for each one. Damien was hot on our trail. A gunshot rang out, blowing a hole through the wall Kat and I were hiding behind. What's the matter? You're like two rats in a lab! He fired again. Shrapnel from the wall scraped my arm. Fuck! That's like my arm had been lit on fire. Auntie Hawk, you okay? I'll live, don't worry. We need to find a weapon. And we need to find a switch. We ran behind another wall, narrowly dodging another shot from Damien. It dawned on me that he wasn't even trying to hit us. He was trying to make us scared. And it was working. But why? He's reloading. Come on! We dashed out from behind a wall and ran past Damien, looking desperately for the switch and to find any weapons we could. I managed to pick up 2 pistols. Cat did the same. Oh, here we go. Looks like they're fake too. How's yours looking? I took a look at the first one. Upon further inspection, it was clear as no more than a plastic toy. But the second one... Cat realized it the same second I did. It was real, with a single bullet loaded. Alright, that's good. Let's... Another 2 shots rang out, blowing a hole in the wall just next to where my head was a second ago. Fuck, how come he gets that fucking hand cannon? I just gotta go somewhere, I guess. Anyway, we got the gun. That's probably the only real one in the stadium. We need to find the switch now. Even with the gun, we're no match for him. Sounds good to me. We ran further through the stadium, opposite the entrance, until we were square in the middle of the stadium. And there it was. The switch! You'd think they'd have hit it better. Damien's laughter echoed through the arena as he reappeared on the screens above the arena. Congrats, you found the switch. It's a damn shame. I forgot to mention something about the switch here. It won't do jack shit, even if you both have access, as long as I've got a heartbeat. And I plan on sticking around. But I'm not heartless. In fact, I think I'm a pretty decent guy from what I'm about to do. Cat looked like she had just seen a ghost. Cat, Anti-Hawk, I've got an offer you can't refuse, but only one of you can claim it. If either of you kills the other one, I'll be one less standing go. Forget this ever happened and call it a wrap on find love or die trying. I'll even let the survivor leave the island. I can even guarantee I'm telling the truth, because this is airing live to the world right now. People bow down and get in line because I tell them the truth, because they know I keep my word. They wouldn't believe me for a second if I ever went back on it, you know? Not a bad deal, huh? Especially considering if no one takes that offer, I'll just kill both of you. I'm giving you 5 minutes to decide, then I'm coming for you. The screen shuts off. Kat and I looked at each other, a mix of horror and fear on her face, and there was no doubt that mine mirrored hers. Anti-Hawk, I can't imagine what's racing through your head now. You probably think I'm going to betray you again, right? Of course it gives me a choice. I was at a loss for words. You don't have to say anything. Look, I don't blame you for doubting me. And honestly, if you just shot me right now, I'd be okay with it. Because then, you'd be free to go. I know Damien will keep his word. There's even the slightest chance that you want me to be able to escape from here too? I need to ask you something that I know sounds insane. What's that? I need you to give me the gun. The only real one we've got. Look, I'm not stupid enough to know how that sounds. The reality is, I've known you for so long now, and one thing I know about you is that you're a terrible shot. Me, I'm as good as you can get on this island. I think I'm our best bet to take him down. But I understand completely if you're not willing to trust me. If you think I'm lying, I get it. And if you don't trust me, she closed her eyes and pressed her finger against her forehead. And please, just make it quick. The gun in my hands never felt so heavy. On one hand, a guarantee that I can make it out of here alive. On the other, trusting Kat. Can I trust Kat after all she's done to me? Can I really believe her words when the memories that can prove or deny them are lost to me? I've got no time. I have to choose. Trust Kat. I trust you, Kat. I held out the gun to her. You do? After everything I've done? After everything you've done, yes, I still trust you. I know you've been forced to do some awful things to people that didn't deserve it. But I know there's good in you, and I believe in that good. Take it. Thank you, Anti-Hawk. She took the gun from my hands and immediately shot me in the face. I won't let you down. Well, if you do, it's not like I'd be around for long enough to regret it. Let's hope it doesn't come to that. Let's do this. Hey, Heart Reset, how you doing, man? We decided to seek Damien out and try to get the drop on him, rather than waiting for him at the switch. My heart was practically beating out of my chest. I couldn't tell if Kat was as nervous as I was. If she was, she hit it on with the same poker face she always had. The game goes. Everything's doing pretty good, man. Hope you were doing well as well. We dashed to another wall for cover, looked around, and repeated. How much time had passed? Feels like I'd be looking for hours with the pressure, though. Though it can't be more than a few minutes. As the minutes passed by, I could tell Kat was growing more and more impatient. She turned her gun wherever she looked, her trigger finger ready to shoot our only bullet at any time. Left, right. I glanced around, then looked to her and back again. Her hands were shaking. Look left, look right. We've only got one shot to make or break it. Look back to Kat. She's checking a corner ahead of us. She looks left, she looks right. It takes everything I have to stay focused. Don't think about dying, not even the possibility. She turns to look back at me. Oh no. Damien's walking closer and closer from behind her with his gun resting on his shoulder. He can't be more than 10 meters away. He slowly lifts his gun from its resting position. Before I know it, I'm running towards her with everything I have. Something's making me run. Something I've forgotten. Something I'm just starting to remember. It's the two of us at the beach. I can see it now. How many hours has it been? We made it to the ship, but it wasn't enough. The alarms are deafening. Security was going to be here any minute. And our only saving grace, our ship wouldn't start. That's it then. I never heard Kat ever sound so desperate. Well, at least we tried, right? Who else can say that? She lowered her head and leaned on me. No, we're not giving up just yet. There's nothing we can do, Anti-Hawk. The end is broken and the guards will be here any minute. You've got at least some weapons. It's not over yet. I grabbed the precious few firearms we had and split them between us. There's two of us and hundreds of them. There's no point. Not to mention, you're a terrible shot. You're right. Taking them head on would be suicide. But that's not what you'll be doing. Me, I'm just some nobody. But you're the big man's daughter, after all. Your word means a lot to them. She was horrified. I would be too if I were in her shoes right now. No, I won't let you do this, Anti-Hawk. We don't have a choice. Look around. Look, I'm not happy either, but both of us dying here would be worthless. But if you live, you get a second chance to make it out of here. A second chance to see the other side. I know, but what's the point if it's not with you? You have to find that out yourself. They're almost here. Come on, we're running out of time. Her hands were shaking. It looked like she was going to drop her gun any second. I hate you for this, you know. I know, and I'm sorry. She slowly raised her arms and trained the gun's sights directly at me. And now, we wait. Can you do me a favor? What's that? Don't shoot the face, please. I'm rather proud of it. I don't know what I'd do without my supernaturally good looks. She laughed through the tears. I would have still loved you even without them. Right back at you, Kat. She kissed me for the last time. I love you, Anti-Hawk. I love you too. Sorry, but it's gonna be the face. Let me just take off the safety. But wait, I didn't sign up for this! Our favorite sound, one last time. I can hear the guards coming now. We've only seconds left. On the bright side, I won't owe you $10. Our bet? She laughed. I think it's pretty clear who won the bet. I can see the guards now. My time is up. What makes you say... You did it. I'm alive? Everything hurts so bad. I almost wish I wasn't. The shock must have knocked me out cold. I coughed up blood and my vision flashed in and out rapidly, too fast to tell if I had been fatally shot. It was all I could do to stay conscious. So you said, Father, anyone who breaks our law must be punished. I could barely make out her voice, but it brought comfort to me. You really do take after me. You made your old man very, very proud. Oh, look at that. Looks like our little hero's got some life left. You know, Anti-Hawk, you're in luck. See, the whole Scapey thing, I'm afraid it's gonna have to fire. I'm going to have to fire you. No severance. I tried to make a witty comeback, but the only thing that came out of my mouth was coughed up blood. But you're in luck. A new opportunity just opened up, and I think... He kicked me in the stomach, then rolled me over with his foot. You'd be the perfect fit. He laughed as he crushed my palm under his foot. You might think I'm going soft on you by not killing you outright. He looked down at me, then back at her. But mark my words, you'll both wish I had. Do whatever you want. I don't care about Anti-Hawk anymore. He laughed maniacally. I never did like Anti-Hawk much anyway. My vision's fading. His words turned to vapor as I could feel myself crumple into nothing. The last thing I saw was her face. She's holding the river back with everything she said. Who are you going to fool with a poker face like that? Kat. I love you. Always have, always will. I'm so sorry for what I forced you to do. Even more so, I'm so sorry that you'll be alone now. But I hope one day you'll understand. Flashback to reality, I've almost reached Kat. I push myself to run faster and faster, faster than I've ever ran in my life. Kat doesn't see him, but she sees the alarm going off in my eyes. Damien points his gun at his daughter. He's preparing to take the shot. Kat starts to turn around, but there's no time. Damien's finger pulls back on the trigger. What am I doing? I see the world turn to slow motion. Why am I throwing away my life for Kat? These memories, they're mine, yet not at the same time. Who can say if I'm the same person as before, who loved her so much? Who can say if these memories form a completely different me compared to what I am now? There's no time for answers. Even if I've forgotten you over and over, somehow, I remember you and I know that I would do anything for you. I run past Kat and throw myself in front of her because I love her. A gunshot rings out. It's like my body is struck by lightning and set aflame. He fires again and again. Undescribable pain ripples across my body as shot after shot rips through me. It's not like the movies where someone could stand after being shot over and over. The firing stops, but my vision starts to fade. I can barely hear him reloading over the sound of my body screaming in agony. My knees buckle. I start to fall. As I fall, I can see Kat with her gun trained on Damien. There's no fear in her eyes. Her hands aren't shaking. She's biting her lips so hard I can see it bleeding. The last thing I see before the dark takes me is her finger pressing down on the trigger. Wake up, Anti-Hawk. Please, please don't die. What's happening? Am I alive? I've never heard her sound so desperate. Fucking fire already, Zepsi! Please, just wake up. I can't lose you again. Not again. It took everything I had just to open my eyes and breathe. Kat was cradling me in her arms with tears streaming down her face. Thank God. Don't pass out again. You almost gave me a heart attack. Sorry, Kat. I coughed up blood. Save your strength. Did you get him? We did. That's great. The switch? We should be able to get it now, but you're in no shape to walk. And to be honest, I'm not in the best shape either. I looked up at her and felt my heart drop. You've been shot! She laughed. Yeah, now I know what that feels like. Now I know what it feels like. I'm even more sorry for shooting you back then on the beach. There's nothing else you could have done, Kat. That didn't stop me from regretting it every second of these past 2 years. That day I made a promise to myself. It didn't matter how many people I'd have to hurt or how much I would have to hurt. I would get you off this island alive and well, even if it was the last thing I did. Even if I had to see you fall in love with somebody else 100 times. Even if I knew it meant I could never be with you again. I made a promise back then, and I'll keep it even if it kills me. Slowly, Kat tried to lift me off the ground and onto her back. She screamed and coughed up blood as she tried to Where were these people shot if they're coughing up blood so much? Like, these are, like, if you're coughing up blood from a gunshot, you're pretty much, you need immediate medical attention. Stop, you're going to get yourself killed. That's exactly what I'm going to do. And that's exactly... She lifted me onto her back and then took one step towards the switch. I told myself back then... She stepped forward again, her legs were trembling. That if I weren't leaving this island alive, neither would I. If you weren't, neither would I. Another step closer. Because I love you, you know? One more step. Pretty much, yeah. It could mean either like a gut shot or it's... Well, yeah, okay, it's anime blood, so that does mean something different. That is the non-fatal anime blood. I know you don't remember most of our time together. Her breath was getting ragged. She'd take several steps, then have a pause for breath. Okay, we were shot several times. She was shot once. She's the one that's going to die. The plot holes in this game are... You can drive a Buick through them. Honestly, I'm glad you can remember bits and pieces. I'm grateful for whatever I can get. The switch is in sight. And maybe the you I fell in love with doesn't even exist anymore. We're so close to it, yet so far. But I like to believe it's still you, Anti-Hawk. That you're still the same Anti-Hawk that I fell in love with. We're just steps away from the switch. That I'm still the one you love. She laughed bitterly. It's just wishful thinking, you know. Does he seriously? I never actually saw that. We're here. Or like you get hit so hard in the gut that you cough up blood, but then you like still stand and you're fine. You made it. You just... She coughed up blood again. You need to put your hand on the scanner. Can you do that? Got it. I was starting to reach my hand forward. With every inch it drew closer, my vision grew darker. I pushed harder and harder with everything I had. Got it. My turn. Done. That's all that's left is to pull the switch. Sorry, Anti-Hawk. I'm going to have to put you down for a second. No problem. Kat gently rested me on the ground. Fuck, I can barely stand now. She tumbled towards the switch and managed to catch it with her hands and used it to keep herself upright. Here we go. The moment we'd all been waiting for. Built different. She pulled it with the last of her strength. A second later, she fell to the ground by my side. The cacophony of machinery filled the stadium, and there must be a barrier opening. We did it, Anti-Hawk. I'm sorry, Anti-Hawk. What for? I don't think we're getting out of here after all. I can't even move. It's okay. We had a good run, you know? It does. It does. But, I mean, it doesn't mean I can't complain about it. I guess you could say that. At least the girls will be able to get out of here. They deserve better than to die here. Yeah. I love you, Anti-Hawk. But honestly, with the way that the world has been in the pandemic for the past few years, I could see people bickering with Shinra rather than dealing with the meteor. Zombie movies are going to be completely unbelievable now for me. In the fact that people aren't just running up to the zombies calling them fake news. Always have and always will. There is no human spirit that will overcome. Just a bunch of people that think that they're right and not listening. Hard reset. So 2 years. I dreamed of starting a new life together, somewhere far from here. But I guess life's not like the movies. Dreams don't come true. I wish I could have met you in a different place, a different time. Maybe just then, Auntie-Hawk, we... Cat? Cat? Her eyes were closed. Streams of tears ran down from both of her eyes. My vision blurred as even more tears welled up in my eyes. If you could have met in a different place, a different time, I'm sure our story would have been so different. I wish we could have, Cat. I tried to move closer to her, but my body refused. It's my right to be bitten. It was all I could do to move my head around. I looked around in futility for some kind of miracle that could save us both. This is too sad an ending. I looked to Cat. I looked at the heavens, which had all but abandoned us. I looked behind us, and saw what could only be described as angels. I tried to speak, but no words would come out. I must be dreaming. I must be... The world turned to black. Am I dead? If I keep asking myself that, it's bound to be right sooner or later. Somehow, I think there's more to come in my story. I know there's one person that I want to spend the rest of it with. I love you. Okay, who do we pick? Cat. I love you, Cat. I don't fucking care. Cat. I woke up in an unfamiliar room. Is the room shaking? I tried to get up. Oh, fuck. I don't know why. That truck has been taunting me all night. Went down my body. I've been bandaged up enough to look like a mummy. But I'm alive. Auntie-Hawk, you're up. Hey, Yui. Where are we? We're on the boat. We're miles away from the island by now. That's a relief. Everyone's okay? I'll let you be the judge of that. Yui ran off and then came back a few moments later. You had us worried, Auntie-Hawk. I'm so glad to see you're alright. You didn't make it easy to save you, either. Oh, and if you find yourself craving brains or bananas, that's entirely unrelated to how I treated you. I'm just thankful it worked. So good to see you safe and sound, Auntie-Hawk. Oh great, we're the undead now. And hey, Cloud, how you doing? I didn't see you. If you died after all we've been through, I'd kill you. Wait, yeah, I saw Cloud, okay. I'm really happy that you're here for me to say that to. You did great, Auntie-Hawk. Resistance could use somebody like you. Besides, it doesn't look like we have a real job anymore, huh? Thanks, guys. Okay, so didn't we just kill the president? Like the leader of the government? You really stuck out your neck to save Cat and I could never thank you enough. It's what you do for us, Auntie-Hawk. Indeed, we ran after you two just moments after you'd left. There's no point in us escaping if it wasn't with you, Auntie-Hawk. Yeah, I know Cat said not to, but hey, I didn't remember that at the time, so it's all good. Re-election time. We managed to save the brothers 5 too. Oh look, one for each of them. I can just let them be stranded after all we've been through together. I'm glad to hear that. There's no way we could escape without them. I nervously looked around the room. Is Cat... Cat's doing well. She's resting in the room next door. She didn't think you wanted to see her. I see. Thank you for letting me know, Yui. I should be thanking you. None of us would have made it off the island if it wasn't for you and Cat. It's true, despite whatever you may hear Terra say. I'm just saying, I have a pretty mean right hook. That was my gut reaction. I went with Cat because it seems the best thematically, but you know, Scarlet was, and still kind of is, my choice. I've got no idea what the world ahead has for each of us, but whatever it has in store, we'll face it together. You bet. I'm surprised you can say that with a straight face, but yes. I wouldn't have it any other way. I can really use you as a PR person for the Resistance, Auntie-Hawk. You gotta think we're speeches. Wait a minute, if everyone's here and Cat's next door, who's driving the boat? Everyone looked at Terra. And that's the series exit for Terra. Bye! Bite. She ran off like a cartoon character. Yeah, you got the end of it reset. We laughed together. It felt like it'd been so long since we could just laugh. No cameras, no fear. Well, Kat looks more adult than the others. Just friends fooling around. Friends I fucked. Anyway, it's so good to see you're okay. That said, team, we need to give Auntie Hawk some time to rest. Once again, I'm not trying to quarantine you because we didn't use the zombie virus's unique property to save you. Thanks, Scarlet. And thank you, everybody, for coming to see me. Don't mention it. We're all in this together and all, right? See you later, Auntie Hawk. Alright, enough with the cheese. Get out before Auntie Hawk turns... Before Auntie Hawk needs rest. Yes? And with that, I was alone. Phew, I thought they'd never leave. Hey, Scarlet, what's up? Nothing, I just... She was hiding a syringe behind her back. I need to give you a shot. For good luck. Right. I put my arm forward. Well, the doctor knows best. I'm not a doctor. She injected the good luck into my arm. I just wanted to say thanks again. My life went off the rails back at the island, even before the show. That's putting it lightly. She laughed. I know if I stayed there, I would never have been truly happy for the rest of my life. I never would have been able to help people ever again. Oh, but it's heroin! So thank you, Auntie Hawk. Poison. You've been out, so there's no way you'd know, but... Today's the day would have been the last day of the show, the final ceremony where you ask one of the girls to be with you. Not that I'm saying anyone's rushing for a proposal, but I think everyone wants to hear an answer from you. My kind decision takes some time to think over, so I figured you'd need a little space. Thanks, Scarlet. You're right. It's my pleasure. She kissed me on the cheek. Well, I'll see you later. See you, Scarlet. And then I was alone in the room. It's a tough choice, but it's one I know I have to make. They're all such incredible people. I'd be lucky to be with any of them. Anyone would. I sat in silence for a time, both resting and contemplating what to do. See, this is where they should have put the choice, honestly. It's a lifetime. Is it a life of excitement with Allie? Like, what? Why do we already made the choice? A life of rediscovery with Scarlet? A life enjoying the simpler things with you? A life changing our limits with Violet? A life of freedom with Tara? And then, I just knew. I got up from the bed. I walked from the door of my room and looked for the room next to mine. There. I looked through the window and I just knew. I opened the door. Hey, you bandaged up enough to fuck? Hey, Auntie Hawk. You look like hell. You don't look much better. I'm surprised your face is intact. It's survived a lot now, hasn't it? Yeah. You know, the girls are all hoping you ask one of them out today. Don't get the wrong idea if they see you here. I came here for you, Kat, and only you. You've been there for me, and even before I can remember meeting you. There's no way I could have ever gotten off this island, or anyone else could have, if it wasn't for you. Reset. I know there's so much we have to figure out, and so much we don't know in this world. But I know I want to face that world with you. Kat. Tears were streaming down her face. I didn't want to hope for it. I walked next to her and got down on one knee. I tried so hard to convince myself that it would never happen, because it's too painful to even hope. I don't have a ring or anything, but I'm sure I can get one later. You don't need a ring. Will you marry me? Yes, yes, yes! I love you, Kat. I love you too, Auntie Hawk. More than you could ever know. Wherever life takes you is where I'll go. We held each other close and kissed for the first time in years. It's been like 2 years. I asked my wife to marry me after a couple months of online dating. The first time we met, I asked her to marry me within the week. And we just celebrated 17 years. So, you know, there you go. Memories flooded back with each passing moment. The day we met, our first kiss, fights in the rain, making up, the joy of just being with the person you love. Ha! You're damn right you don't, because I'm a success story. Somehow. Despite being me. That's her bitch! Fair. That's fair. That's fair. You trapped that woman! Not true. We didn't have the kid until after we got married, so... I proposed to her the first time, and now today, and I'm sure there's many more to come. Here's to making new memories together, Kat. I love you. Oh my god, we did it! We got through the game. I'm not saying a fucking word, Kia. Good god. Like, this was an okay game. It was very wordy in a lot of ways, and there were some pretty large plot holes on some things. It kept doing that whole, oh, here's a major twist, haha. This game could have been half as long and been just as good, and it honestly would have been better, in my opinion. Cut out a lot of the fluff. You know? I don't know, I did Wrath, yeah. It was an okay game, but I don't know if I'd ever play this again. The art was great. I love the art. Art was really good art. I feel like the writing could have been shored up a little bit better. Like, there's a lot of repetition, there's a lot of, yeah, I know, I got love and I didn't die, so at least that's something. It wasn't the worst game I've ever played, I can tell you that right now. It was an okay game. There were some things that just really bothered me about it and annoyed me, but on the whole, it wasn't a bad game. I don't feel bad for having played it. At all, so thank you, BG, for suggesting this. I appreciate it. For requesting it. Well, yeah, if you don't trust her, then, you know... Yeah, it was free, so it was, you know, zero risk situation. So, yeah, no, I mean, not a bad game, not a great game, but not a bad game, definitely. It was okay.